Hi Scorpio, here is an extra reading that I've done for January. I had a few requests for the 2-row spread that I previously used to do for you and the ex-partner. So I have decided to do it again. I was actually only going to do it for this month and again in the middle of the year, but I've actually decided to maybe start doing these again on a monthly basis because there are still lots of people out there who are interested in their ex-partners and maybe are hoping for a reconciliation. So look, if you have completely moved on from your ex-partner and don't wish to know anything about them, then obviously this reading is not for you, okay? But as I previously have done in the past, this is the row for you and this is the row for your ex-partner. Now, please bear in mind that sometimes the energies can get crossed over. So if I'm talking about your ex-partner, it may feel I'm talking more about you or vice versa. So just apply those messages as to suit your situation, okay? Now up here on your side, we have here the 6 of Pentacles, which is earth energy, okay? Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. Now, the 6 of Pentacles, it can have a couple of meanings, to be honest with you. On a positive note, it can talk about how you and your ex-partner were on the same page, how you did get along with each other, okay? And things flowed between you both. Like I said, you were literally kind of singing from the same hymn page. But it can also talk about some neediness, and it can also talk about giving too much of yourself to somebody, okay? It can also be a card about having to accept things that were being offered at the time, okay? Now, this may be referring to your ex-partner, okay? Maybe they weren't accepting what you were saying or what you was doing at the time, okay? Or maybe you were the one having issues with accepting what your ex-partner was offering at the time. But it also talks about fairness and judgment with the 6 of Pentacles and knowing that you've acted in a fair way, okay? But like I said, it very much talks about being on the same page, but also maybe an element of neediness from one person and maybe giving too much from the other person. On your partner's side, they have the Hierophant, which is a major arcana. And the Hierophant, if you look, there's 2 keys in front of him on the floor. The Hierophant, it talks about trying to unlock the truth to something, okay? So for me, this is very much talking about your ex-partner who was maybe trying to unlock the truth as to why this relationship ended, okay? Maybe it ended quickly and suddenly without much explanation. Maybe the reasons that you gave for ending the relationship didn't sit well with your ex-partner. And maybe they felt something was being hidden, okay? Because we've already seen with the 6 of Pentacles that it did seem as though, like I said, that you were coming from the same page. It seemed like the pair of you, got along with each other, which maybe have resulted in your ex-partner being confused. And like I said, the need to unlock the truth, searching for knowledge. Knowledge about you or the real reason behind this breakup. Here on your side, we have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Now, so we have more earth energy here. And this has fallen within the position of, is there still love there, okay? Now, you have, as I said, the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles, it talks very much about the need for security and the need to put roots down and find commitment, okay? I just feel there was something that either came in between you two as a couple when you were a couple, or something happened resulting in maybe you having to leave this relationship or you making the decision to leave this relationship. But we see here with the Queen of Pentacles the need for security, the need to put roots down somewhere, the need for commitment. Now, you know, this is going to play out differently for all of you, okay? It could be that you wanted to go and live somewhere and your ex-partner didn't want to do that or couldn't do that. But you needed to do this in order for you to put these roots down and find this security that you maybe felt was lacking in your life at the time, okay? Or this could be talking about your need now, the needs that you still have now to find security, to put roots down and be in a committed relationship, okay? Either with your ex-partner or without your ex-partner. Because this is a Pentacles card, an earth energy, like I said, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, it could be for some of you that you had got involved with an earth sign. And maybe that was part of the reason of the breakup of you and your ex-partner, that somebody else came along, maybe one of those earth signs, and offered you security, offered you commitment, offered you the putting of the roots down, okay? It is very possible that was the cause of this breakup. And maybe your ex-partner suspected something like that or felt something like that was going on, and that's why the need was there for them to try to unlock the truth in some way. Now over here for your ex-partner, we have the King of Wands. So we have fire energy here, okay? Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Now, in regards to whether your ex-partner still thinks of you or has feelings for you, then looking at this King of Wands, I would say most definitely. If you look here, the King is holding this wand, okay? And he's looking at this wand, and his focus and his attention is on this wand, okay? Which would indicate to me that that is your ex-partner is thinking about you and still has feelings for you. It is possible that your ex-partner is a fire sign, but it doesn't have to mean that. The thing with the King of Wands, as an energy, they tend to try to please everybody else around them, okay? They try to make sure that everybody around them is happy and satisfied, okay? They tend to give 110% to their relationships, but unfortunately they don't always get the same measure back. Now, it could be as well that your ex-partner is looking at you on social media and looking at you on social media because they still think about you, because they still care about you, because they want to know that you're okay. And it's kind of a check-in to make sure that you are happy. And if you are in a new relationship with this earth sign, then it is very possible that they may be trying to find that out or try to unlock some truth in regards to that, okay? As I said, it's going to play out differently for all of you. But yes, your ex-partner does still think about you and still has feelings for you. Now, down here we have your own energy. We have here the Seven of Cups, okay? And the cups, like I said, is water energy, sorry. And like I said, it is for yourself. It is for Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. The Seven of Cups, it talks very much about the need to get your head out of the clouds, so to speak. This has fallen in the position of a reconciliation between you and your ex-partner. Now, bearing in mind, some of you, as I've said, may very well be in another relationship with an earth sign. That won't be for all of you, but for maybe a small portion of you, that is the case. Like I said, it talks here about the need to get your head out of the clouds. And it talks about being unclear about what you want. There's possible diversions, illusions. It's a case of having to deal with things how they actually are rather than how you would like them to be. It's very much a card when this is reversed about the desire to have all your wishes granted, but you may be denying some underlying truth here, okay? In the sense that it's like a false sense of security. Not everything is as it appears to be. Now, this is either talking about your relationship if you are involved with somebody else, that maybe you need to get your head out of the clouds. because there may be a false sense of security there. And maybe you're not admitting the truth or seeing the truth in regards to that new relationship. But this could also be talking about that you are unclear as to whether you wish to reconcile with your ex-partner. And maybe there are diversions preventing that reconciliation. Because the Seven of Cups as an overall energy, it's one of choices and decisions. If I turn the card this way, you can see this man, he's got all these things in front and he needs to make a choice on which one to pick. And that's the overall energy with this Seven of Cups. There's definitely choices there for you. And you're very unclear at the moment, I feel, on which way to go. Now, your ex-partner has another major arcana. They have the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, it talks about reconciliation and compromise. It talks about trying to get balance. And it talks about the need for your ex-partner to maybe temper their impatience in some way, okay? Your ex-partner, I feel, is trying to find some balance between their own emotions and what may be the reality of this situation. And they're trying to get that, they're trying to have things running smoothly, okay? Maybe they are trying to contact you or have a friendship with you, okay? And trying to regain some balance between the two of you, okay? It can also be a card about reconciling past behavior. So maybe your ex-partner has done some things in the past that they need to reconcile those things with themselves in order to find some balance. In terms of reconciliation, yes, your ex-partner, I feel, is hoping, I think, for the two of you to find this balance, to find this middle ground, whereby both of you may very well be able to work towards a reconciliation. Now, your outcome card here is the Four of Wands, and it is reversed, okay? It's much better to see this card upright, okay? When it's reversed, it can talk about home not being a happy place, okay? Once there was happiness, love and laughter within a home, that is now gone. It can talk about whereby once you felt at home with a partner, you no longer do. It can talk about going in opposite directions, where once you were heading on the same path, you're now going separate paths. Now, in regards to this is going to play out differently. For those of you who are in another relationship, this could very well be talking about that relationship becoming unhappy. And where there was once happiness and love with that new person, that is now starting to drift away. And you may very well be going down a separate path from that person. For some of you that are not in another relationship, this could be talking about you and your ex-partner. That this is how the relationship, was when you were together, or this is how it would end up if you reconciled with each other. Now, I'm going to pull a clarifying card on that Four of Wands. Right, so here we have the Three of Swords. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised to see this, because this is what I have been talking about for, as I said, maybe just a small portion of you. The Three of Swords, it talks about sadness and loneliness and grief and rejection. But it also talks about third-party situations. And the fact that it's fallen on this Four of Wands would indicate to me that there was a third-party situation, possibly with this Queen of Pentacles. And it's very well possible that that relationship is now turning sour in some way. And maybe that's why we have this reversed here, where you are unclear about what to do. You're unclear as to whether to try again with your ex-partner, because of this third-party situation. On your partner's side for the outcome, we have another major arcana. Now, your ex-partner has had, out of 4 cards, 3 are major arcanas. So major messages on your ex-partner's side, okay? We have the Magician here. It is upright, which is very good, okay? The Magician, it talks about what is above, so too shall be below. It's like whatever they are thinking about, they have all the tools on the table to be able to manifest what it is they want. Whatever it is that they are thinking about or hoping for, they have all the ingredients to make it a reality. They have the emotion here, the finance here, they have the sword here, which is to do with their thinking and their clear thoughts. They have the wand here, which is for the action. They have all the tools in front of them. So your partner your ex-partner, for the outcome, shows that they feel that they have all the ingredients that is needed to get this relationship back to how it was before. I'm going to pull one more card on that Three of Swords that you had. Right here, we have now the Ace of Swords, which is good to see. The aces always talk about new beginnings, okay? The Ace of Swords, it talks about a breakthrough moment. That moment when you go, aha, yeah, I finally see now. Because the swords is all to do with our thinking and our thoughts and our communication. And I think for a lot of you, you've been in like this, it's almost felt like you've been in this fog mentally, not really being able to see clearly, not had the clarity within your thoughts. Like we see there with the Seven of Cups, having the head in the clouds. But here with the Ace, we see that things are going to become clearer. You're going to have that breakthrough moment, a new understanding of this whole situation, when things are going to start to make sense to you. Things, your thinking is going to become clearer. You're going to have a better understanding of what you want and what you don't want. It is a new beginning within your thought process. But it's also the card about taking the leap of faith. Take the leap and go for it. It talks about change, yes, within work, but also within love. And an issue that has been worrying you or concerning you. An issue that has resulted in this kind of fogginess within your thoughts is now going to be resolved, because like I said, you're going to have this breakthrough moment. Something is going to click within your head that's going to enable you to make this new beginning that's needed. And it's very possible that with you having this Ace of Swords and your ex-partner having this Magician, it's very possible that this relationship can get back on track and can get worked out. You may very well have this breakthrough moment where you see that if you have been involved with somebody else, that for a long-term basis, they're not right for you. And you may have had your head in the clouds for a little while regarding that person. And you may have, as I said, not been thinking and seeing things clearly. But the Ace of Swords shows a clarity. Now look, for some of you, yes, this Ace of Swords is going to be that breakthrough moment or that clarity where you think, yes, you know, I don't want to go back to my ex-partner. The Ace of Swords could just be the clarity and the breakthrough moment in regards to if you are in a new relationship. And like I said, the breakthrough moment that person is not good for you or is not the right person for you. So that relationship ends, but it doesn't necessarily mean you go back to your ex-partner. It's going to play out on 3 different ways here, okay? But I am glad to see for you Scorpios that you do have a positive card with the Ace of Swords. You're going, as I said, it's like this fog that's been in your mind is now going to start to clear. And you're going to start to see things more clearly. And when you see things clearly, that's when you can make decisions. That's when you can make choices rather than having your head in the clouds and being unclear and confused. You then have the clarity, and the clarity then frees up that mind space where you are able to make a clear and decisive choice decision in regards to what it is that you do actually really want. And like I said, for your ex-partner, they have all the ingredients on the table to manifest what it is they want. And it may very well be that with the fog going and you seeing things clearly, that you may actually see that your ex-partner does have all the ingredients that you want within a relationship. So there we go, Scorpio. That does conclude this reading. I have to say, the ending was positive for you, okay? But look, I do hope this reading does resonate with somebody. And if it does resonate with you, then I do hope it's been helpful and beneficial to you, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again in February to do further readings. Take care. Bye.